Hello everyone, welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to be talking about tropics again, so the potential MDR system from the tropical waves and the continuation of that Gulf and Caribbean system in the models. Without further ado, let's get started. So of course we have some tropical wave off the coast of the northwestern area of northeastern area of South America, and then some on the coast of West Africa, so nothing too crazy there. But one of them off the coast of Africa could become a tropical system. So if we go to the GFS, we do see that they kind of have it dying a bit, but they have it shortly potentially becoming a tropical storm over Cuba before being swept up by a cold front, and then they do start to show some circulation from that MDR tropical wave there. If we go to Canadian model, they don't really show anything as expected, and neither does the ECMWF on the 0V show anything. So yeah. So of course, we're gonna start with the latest run. So we do see how around 150 hours. Of course, we have all that Eastern Pacific activity. I'll go into that potentially in a later video. But we do see that all of these ensembles are showing a tropical storm, maybe hurricane, as usual. And they have a consistent track now. They all go into the Florida Peninsula, and then they kind of split up by going up the East Coast or whatever after that. And then one in the Yucatan later than that. And to get a better look at this, we're going to look at the minimum MSLP. And of course, this run isn't finished yet, but yeah, we definitely do see clearly those ensembles showing tropical systems there, which could definitely bring some bad impacts. And let's go to 60 now, where because we have to go to 60 because this current run isn't finished. But we do see how they are showing a lot, but just later on. Like, we have a big system around 973 millibars going into the Mexican Texas border, and then we have a lot showing a MDR system there. And if we go back to the SpaghettiOs, we do see how there is the storms are forming later, and some out to sea systems from that are shown from that tropical wave. So so we're gonna go to the EPS, and we're gonna see how they're not really showing anything, of course, for the Gulf system, but the threat is still there, of course. I'm not saying it's decreased, around the same still. Maybe a little bit increased because of the consistent certainty. Like on the track, you saw how all those ensembles were clunched together. So if it becomes a tropical system or hurricane, it would be a higher risk for a lot of places. But then again, everybody who is in the ensemble track, keep an eye on it. I'm not saying, like, be worried yet, but, like always, keep an eye on it, because, of course, the GFS did delay it in time. Anyway, moving on. We do see the EPS is showing that tropical wave forming a tropical system. Many of these are just tropical storms, but it's still named. And if we go to, the MSLP, we can see how clearly tropical storms are forming there, so that is something to watch for. And if we go to their 12, we see how they're not doing anything yet. Now, if we go to the tropical storm, and we're going to go to 0Z, we see how they are having some probabilities there, but of course the probabilities aren't that concentrated due to the widespread location. But those ensembles are showing tropical storms, and if this gets more consistent on track, I'm expecting the tropical storm probabilities to go higher. And finally, if we go to the icon, and we're going to go to, let's find the tropical Atlantic, and we are going to go to MSLP. We see they're kind of showing a low crossing the Atlantic a bit. If you see there, we have some weak low in the middle of MDR trying to form. So yeah, sorry. Anyway, if we go to GE, we have to go back to GEFS, Caribbean. Sorry, again. Anyway, So for the wind control, they definitely do show that MDR system becoming a tropical storm, or at least an organized low in the newest run. And for 660, they kind of do show a low forming by Florida around right here. You can see that in the Gulf. And if we go back then and we go to special charts, cyclone maps, we do see ECMWF showing a potential tropical storm in the MDR, but right now it's just really showing a weak low pressure, but it is still something to start with. GFS having something huge in the Western Pacific, but in the Atlantic, of course, we do see potential Florida low, as always, and something potentially like a low in the MDR, KMA, nothing really, because of course Eucmet showing a low coming off and becoming a tropical storm, and that's going to be the final part of the video, actually. The Western Pacific and Eastern Pacific I might do in a later video, but we'll see. It depends on the demand for the video, too, because if not a lot of people are going to watch it, of course, it's not really worth posting, of course, because I'm trying to help people here, of course. Anyway, I'm getting off topic. Eucmet, if we go to the tropical Atlantic, and we go to MSLP, they do show a low coming off there and becoming a tropical storm. Which, of course, a tropical storm is a tropical storm, whether it's a hurricane or not, it's named. So anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you guys in the next video. And if you haven't, please go watch the other 2 videos that are also posted today. And please go watch yesterday's tropical update if you haven't, to get more info on what I'm talking about here. Anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Goodbye.